Here we are. Can you believe it? We're starting week 5, and that's good. And for me, it's been a challenge. One of the things that's been helpful to me is by saying I'm choosing to eat this way. I'm choosing to exercise this way. I'm choosing to take 7,500 steps a day. I'm choosing to eat lean proteins and drink more water. For me, I've chosen not to have alcohol during this 6-week period. So I don't know if that helps, but I just wanted to pause for a second and say, if choosing this works for you, choose it and choose it for yourself. When I started, I felt like I was more like tolerating it. I was enduring it. I had to grunt through it. And to me, that felt more wearisome than saying, I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this for myself. I'm choosing this for 6 weeks. Then after 6 weeks, we'll reevaluate, recalibrate, and keep making healthy choices. All right. Welcome. Oh, I know. Look how much thinner I look. Anyway, today I want to talk about the life wheel. And I feel like it's just a simple tool that helps me and others calibrate to how they're really doing. At the gym, especially in the past, we focused almost solely on physical health. And I think physical health is really important. But there's other dimensions to health that if we're remiss on other levels, it will impact our physical health. So I just want to go through the life wheel I choose to use. And I know there's lots of different ones out there, but this is how I break down overall health. You know, when some people talk about wholeness, and I want to live a whole life, I'm like, yes, what's that look like to you? And then sometimes it's a stretch. So the first component of health I want to talk about is financial health. Financial health is important. If people didn't have financial health, we would not have many members. So fortunately, we've learned financial literacy, and we've learned to save, and we've learned to spend on the things that are important to us. But in this case, what I'm going to do is, well, this is supposed to be a circle. It looks a little more like an oval, and it's supposed to be 6 even pieces. And in the center, that's going to be 0, and out here is going to be 10. So along this line, imagine equal numbers of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a picture of what great financial health is, and then you can decide for yourself, you know, where you are. And to me, there's really not right or wrong answers, because normally I'll use this as a gauge to say, where are we now? You know, where are we 6 months later? Where have we grown? Okay, but I want to go through this today so we can look at what does whole health look like. Financial health. So I would say a high level of financial health is I see money as something that I get to use to nurture a life that's generous, that's altruistic at times. Money is a tool I get to use to live a good life. And I would say on the poor side would be, you know what, my house is about to get foreclosed on. I'm upside down on my car. That's about to get foreclosed on, and I have $100,000 of credit card debt. So think about where you are. And for this thing, I'm just going to say, oh, we're a 6. So I'll draw a line from the 6, and then I'm just going to fill it in. So I fill it in from the center to where we are. Next is intellectual health. So intellectual health. And sometimes we hear about people talking about their intellectual property. So I kind of look at this in 2 different ways. One is we generally have some technical skill that enable us to make money. That's part of our intellectual health. And the other part is sort of wisdom. And wisdom to me is the lessons I learned through life as I apply truth to how I live. My definition for wisdom is truth applied. So intellectual health, I would say, like a brain surgeon would have a high level of intellectual health. They're able to use what they've learned to help people and generate, I'm assuming, pretty good revenue. A low level would be, I don't have any really special skills that I've developed yet, and I don't have a whole lot of wisdom that I apply to my life. So let's say in this case, our intellectual health is a 7. So again, I'm just going to fill it in from the center. I'm going to use my pretty blue color here. That would be our intellectual health. Next is physical health. Physical. Is physical health important? Absolutely it is. Jerry and I would argue a bit about what's the most important component of health, and he would talk about physical health for him was the most important. For me, I'd say it's a part of the life I want to live, but it's not the most important to me. Physical health to me, well, maybe it's because I define it a little differently, but to me, I want to have mobility. I want to say, my son says, hey, will you go ski with me? I want to be able to go, yes, let's go skiing. So in other words, my body can do the things I want it to do. I can go play and enjoy and do hobbies and live the life I want to live. If we think about our bodies as something that we steward, how well have I stewarded my body, this vessel that I'm in? So physical health, I'll put myself as a 5. And so I'm going to fill it in. Physical health. Next is relational health. So relational health to me is like, I don't know, relational. Can't spell and talk at the same time. Relational health to me is this: I am known for who I am, and there's other people who've drawn close to me, who know me for who I am, and I know them for who they are. Brene Brown talks about her stretch mark friends. In other words, they're the friends that she has that know her for her beauty and her good side, and they know her for her insecurities and the things that, the ways we can all be insecure and selfish. So relational health. I'm not always looking for how many friends you have, but I'm looking at the quality, the intimacy of the friendships that we have. How many people really get us, and how well have I nurtured those types of relationships? So I'm going to, in this case, we're going to say, it's a 4. A low level of relational health is, you know what, Tom, I feel lonely. And I think it's something like 34% of Americans say they feel lonely on a regular basis. So there's this whole idea of loneliness. And to me, that would be a low level relational health. No one's getting me. No one's understanding me. I feel isolated. I feel alone. A high level would be I've nurtured a lot of friendships or relationships that are truly life-giving to me. Relational health. Emotional health is the next one. Let me pause for a second here and say, in relational health, I think it's sometimes good to fine slice these and to say, when it comes to this person, I have a really low level of relational health. When it comes to this person, I have a higher level of relational health. In this case, I'm just kind of taking an average. But there are times to go, okay, how about my relationship with my kids, my son, my daughter, my uncle, my aunt, my mom, my dad, and to really fine slice it. Emotional health. To me, emotional health is how well am I aware of the stories I tell myself? how well am I aware of the stories I tell myself? Our emotions are driven by our beliefs, and many of us, we've talked about on week one, struggle to understand what our beliefs really are and how they impact our lives. So to me, emotional health is, choosing joy over bitterness. It's choosing forgiveness over rage. And so in this area of emotional health, I would say for people who fly off the handle or tend to find all this, let's just say, drama in their lives, generally, again, these are, in a general sense, could be a low level of emotional health. I'm not aware of the stories I'm telling myself, and I end up in places I shouldn't be, or in interactions with people that are unhealthy. High level emotional health is, I have a pretty good level of self-awareness. I don't let my feelings run away, or my emotions run away from me and end up doing things I regret. So in this case, we'll just say it's a 5. We'll fill it in from the center. Okay, we're getting there, almost done. Last, spiritual health. And I know spiritual health is something where people can feel offended by that. And I just want to stop and say, to me, spiritual health is recognizing that we're all connected to one another, recognizing we all have a purpose. There's more I talk to with some clients who want to go down that pathway deeper. From a high level, I'm looking at how well do I understand my purpose? How well do I understand how I'm connected with other people? So in this case, we'll say we're 5. All right, so there's our life wheel. And so what I'm passionate about and what I really hope for with Thrive Fitness Plus in our future is that we wouldn't only look at physical health, but I have this passion to help people in the relational, emotional, and spiritual side of life. And what I desire is that Thrive Fitness Plus becomes a place of hope for people who are hurting. Sure, we're going to get stronger. That's important. Sure, we're going to become more mobile. Really important. We're going to feed ourselves well. And I want us to be a place where we know how to nurture our relationships well, where we're tight and close to the people, our family members, and we're intimate with our spouses, and they know how we think and feel, and we share a life like that. I want us to be in a place where we're emotionally solid and we really help each other to understand the stories that we're playing in our brains and how they negatively impact us or positively impact us at times. And lastly, spiritual health. To me, I want to help people find their purpose. I don't really like the term find their purpose. How about this? I love to help people live purposefully. Live purposefully. So, wherever there's a gap between where you want to be and where you are, especially on this side of the circle, that's where I love to help people. In other words, I help people bridge the gap from where they are in their emotional health, where they are in their relational health, and where they are with their spiritual health, with where they want to be. Another important thing as you look at your own wheel is to go, where do I have strength? When I go back to 2013 in my life, I had a high level of financial health, but my relational health was sucking. And so to look at where can I leverage resources to help me grow in other areas. In other words, what I did, even though I wouldn't have said I knew I was doing this at the time, but what I did was I took financial health, I hired a coach, and he helped me learn how to grow my relational health. So I took from the financial health, and it helped me grow my relational health, and it helped me grow my emotional and spiritual health as well. So look for where you have strength. Also, I like to think about if this were a wheel and it was attached to your car, how would your car run? You know, in my wheel, it'd be a pretty rough ride sometimes. It'd be like clunk, 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 clunk. And so what I want to help people do is have a well-rounded wheel. If you have awesome physical health, but your relational health is horrible, you know, tell me what kind of joy are you going to have? Right? It's going to impact you. If you have great intellectual health, but you don't have much emotional health, what's your life going to look like? So I believe a life of wholeness is a life where we blow out these areas and we intentionally look at where can I grow in my overall wholeness? Where can I grow in my overall health? And obviously we don't dissect our lives quite so simply, but when I think about how these all impact each other, you know, the more I grow in my spiritual health, the more I feel emotionally solid, the more my relationships thrive, the more I feel motivated to work out. So these things all work with one another. On the reverse, the people who go through the trauma of divorce, it tends to show up in their physical health as well. In other words, these things all interact with each other, but it's also important to look at where do I want to grow? And where do I have resources that I can apply to grow in areas where I seek development? So my hope is you live whole, you live joyfully. And hopefully this is a tool that can help you look at where are you in your life right now. Week 5, we'll catch you later. Bye.